Hello, welcome to RCR Wireless News. I'm Roberta Prescott at Futurecom 2016. I'm here talking with Michel Araújo. He's from F5, and we are going to talk about a survey the company made about IoT attacks that put Brazil in the 4th place of hackers attacked. Tell me more about that.
Yes, Roberta, that's right. It's interesting because we have measured the attacks in all the world for the last 6 months, and it's surprisingly Brazil reached top 5, precisely the 4th position in terms of IoT attacks. We can perceive that by the nature of the attacks. In the case IoT exploitation, specifically protocols targeting vulnerable devices in the IoT.
But what are you saying is that hackers are from Brazil attacking globally, or the attacks are made in Brazil to focused on IoT devices in the country?
No, they are hackers from Brazil attacking globally. So they are targeting devices in Brazil, China, US, and whichever country in the world.
And what do you think motivations are for these attacks?
Motivations can be anything, kind of since financial motivations, like I'm getting money to get more devices in IoT capable to compose a botnet, for instance, to be used as this huge DOS machine, since invasion attacks, like I want the information that someone has inside the IoT device, or since, how can I say, ideological motivations, kind of our hackers in Brazil, they can sell this information to another group of hackers, and this could be used as from a nation state to make another attack. So this can be several reasons for they doing this.
And what's the difference between IoT attacks and the normal attacks? I mean, people are more vulnerable with IoT devices than the regular ones?
Good question. Yes, people are more vulnerable because they are not aware about the nature of this attack. So let's suppose that I have my computer, right? So I'm aware about the vulnerability of my computer. Usually I have this antivirus or any other functionality or device capable to protect my environment. But in the terms of IoT, I don't have any kind of concern about how my camera is protected, how my refrigerator is protected, how my car is protected. So let's suppose that someone is trying to invade these devices. They are much more vulnerable than a regular computer.
And what can people do? I mean, observing the behavior of such device could give them a clue about what's happening. But in terms of protecting themselves or being aware of this kind of attacks, what that regular people can do?
Right. The first thing is to pay attention in the devices that we have in the internet. So let's suppose that I have my Wi-Fi regular router at home, right? If I have a refrigerator, I need to be sure that the password in user is not the default password for this refrigerator. The same thing for cameras. So the first step you need to take is to take care about what people can be doing with our devices inside our private network. Another thing that we must be aware is how our providers is protecting us against possible IoT attacks. Then telcos, they must be cautious, or they should be very concerned about that. So we need to ask our service providers how they are taking care of possible IoT attacks or IoT exploitations.
And another pillar on these ecosystems of Internet of Things is the vendor side. Do you think vendors are concerned about securing these devices on IoT?
Not enough, because we see thousands of new vendors putting IoT devices in the market, right? So every one of them, they should be very concerned about the security of these devices that they are putting in this consumer market in our houses, and we don't see this happening. So this is a real concern in the industry itself. They should be much more concerned than they are today.
Taking into account that we are just in early stage of IoT, how do you think the attacks will grow in the future?
So that's the most scary thing, because this is almost unlimited possibility here, since we can have 25 billion devices connected until 2020, right? Imagine the potential here. So this is unlimited. So this is really a concern that we should have as industry, as government, as society for a near future.
Thank you a lot.
Thanks very much, Roberta. A pleasure.
Stay tuned at rcrwireless.com.